You are listening to Christian Audio's production of Come With Me, Discovering the Beauty of Following Where He Leads by Suzanne Eller. This book is read by the author. This audio recording was produced in 2016 by Christian Audio, which owns the copyright. No portion of this recording may be reproduced for any reason without prior written consent from Christian Audio. This edition issued by contractual arrangement with Baker Publishing Group. Originally published in English as Come With Me, Discovering the Beauty of Following Where He Leads. Copyright 2016 by Suzanne Eller. All rights reserved. Please visit christianaudio.com, facebook.com/christianaudio, or twitter.com/christianaudio to offer your impressions of this work and to explore additional titles. Dedicated to Kate. Heaven just became sweeter because of you. Gaga. Foreword by Michelle Couchat. It matters little that I was only 7 years old. I'll never forget it. My mom and dad stood at my side singing a hymn, clearly unruffled by what I was about to do. I, on the other hand, couldn't get my stomach to stop its flip-flops. With my best puppy-pleading eyes, I asked my dad to help me do this thing. I wanted him to hold my hand, walk me down the long church sanctuary aisle, get me to the front. But as much as I wanted him to come with me, I somehow knew he couldn't. The decision, the journey, was mine. In spite of my fear, in spite of the impulse to shrink from the moment and find a safe corner in which to hide, I loosed myself of my pew. Desire pulled me forward. I knew I wanted what waited for me, Jesus. That Sunday was to be my public declaration of devotion, my chance to let preachers, parents, and a room full of congregants know that I chose to follow Jesus. I was ready, as certain as a 7-year-old can be. Even so, the decision felt heavy on my small shoulders. Now, with so many years between us, I wonder if the girls suspected the complicated life that would follow. Nearly 4 decades have passed since October 29, 1978, 37 years since a simple, ordinary Sunday changed my course. In that span of time, I graduated from high school and college, embarked on a few various careers, married and raised children, 6 of them. But I've also wrestled with divorce and single mothering, remarriage and step-parenting, the too soon death of my dad, adolescence and graduation times 3, the addition of 3 small children and a second round of parenting, not to mention cancer, 3 times. Intermingled with the joys, I've wrestled with hardships far more painful than my younger self could have imagined. Countless times, I've ached for an easier life, a less complicated life. Looking back on innocence, the girl so determined to break free of her pew and follow the one she loved, I can't help but think how many times as a grown woman I've tried to glue myself right back to it. You see, it's one thing to sit in a church talking about Jesus. It's another thing to stand up and follow him, wherever the following leads. Because sometimes following Jesus means trusting his redemption when your dream of marriage disappears. Sometimes following Jesus means releasing control when a child struggles. Sometimes following Jesus means relinquishing comfort to obey his calling. And sometimes following Jesus means loving and forgiving when a relationship is hard. And sometimes following Jesus means trusting his sovereignty when death knocks at your door. I won't lie to you. At times, following Jesus feels risky, costly, and hard. I've known seasons when I would have preferred to play church, keep Jesus at a distance, make my own way. It's far easier to wax poetic about faith than to grab Jesus' hand and plunge into the deep unknown with him. Yet in spite of the struggle, and perhaps because of it, I've learned that following Jesus is the only way to truly live. Because it was Jesus who rescued and rebuilt me when divorce shattered my heart into 1,000 pieces. It was Jesus who whispered wisdom during those lonely years of parenting. And it was Jesus who taught me, teaches me still, how to relinquish control and trust his work in my husband, in my marriage, and in me. And it is Jesus who comes near with his peace and the promise of heaven
Sample complete. Ready to continue?